Hello, welcome. Welcome to day 12 of Embody Rise. This is our 21-day ascension support series. Thank you for joining me. And I'm your host, Dawn Del Vecchio. And as usual, just to start, a quick request. If you find value in this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're enjoying this series. And just so you know, obviously today's day 12. So if you're just discovering this, there are 11 previous short videos, 10-ish minutes, give or take, where there's some kind of ascension support tool or guidance, as well as often a channeled message. So you can go to, the link will be in the description box of the entire playlist, so you can go check those out. And also a request that if you know someone who's struggling with the energies right now, whether it seems like a health issue or relationship issue, a career issue, the usual suspects, just challenges with the energies at play, by all means, please share this video series with them. This series is designed to support you, to support my sisters and brothers of Earth who recognize that there's a big shift going on in our consciousness on the planet. That can look in the outside world as stress, deconstruction of systems we once counted on, and confusion, polarization, this kind of thing. And on the inside, it can feel like dysregulation of emotions, health challenges, career changes, financial woes, relationship issues, etc. This is all part of the greater picture of this ascension journey we are on, that we who are becoming aware of this, actually all beings on the planet chose this, as strange as that may feel or sound at times, chose to be here during this really extraordinary time on our planet that offers opportunity and challenge to a very high degree. So again, if you find value in this, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you know, offer a comment, give me some feedback. If there's a request you have for a topic you would like me to cover, I'd be happy to receive your requests. And if it's something that I feel that I could cover, I will, or I'll refer you to someone else. I'm here to be in support of your ascension journey and all of our ascension journeys, because I know that as one rises, we all rise. We lift as we rise together. Okay, so with that said, now let's dive into today's topic, which is something called the energy mantra. Quick background story on this. I have known this process since I would say about 1986, maybe 87. This was given to me by one of the sisters in my original women's priestess circle, who received it from a woman at a diner once. So it was one of those random encounters that was possibly angelic in nature. The nature of this energy mantra is similar to what you might call parts work for any of you who know about different shadow work modalities. But long before I certainly was aware of parts work, although my guess is that that was already in the field. Okay, so what is the energy mantra? The energy mantra is a way for you to love up in frequency. First of all, identify and then love up in frequency an aspect of yourself, your personality, that may have served you when you were younger, but no longer serves you. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the process. You can do this on your own. You can write it out. The way it was originally taught to me, this is long before the internet, right? Long before any virtual meetings happened. When we gathered in person. You would hold hands with the person facilitating it and look directly in their eyes. And they would lead you through the words until it got to the part where you have to riff on how this part has served you. And this will make sense once we go through it. So I want to invite you just to take a breath. Settle into this now moment. Come into present moment awareness. Another nice deep breath into the heart. Allowing yourself some spaciousness and permission to receive this beautiful support tool. Exhaling. Wonderful. Now, if you are simply listening to this, that'll work. If you're watching and you want to close your eyes to listen more deeply, you can, or you can continue to watch. Okay. So here's how it goes. Step one, you say, well, step one is you identify the thing that you need that's causing you grief, the issue, the stickiness. So let me just come up with an example. Let's say love is something that you feel eludes you, like a romantic relationship, like you've loved and lost, this kind of thing. This is a major thing in our human condition, our human existence, is really wanting to find that beloved and feeling like, for whatever various and sundry reasons, things don't work out. So you want to dive into that first and kind of identify the mindset associated with that, which can vary. It could be the unlovable one. So it's always going to be the something one, the unlovable one, the one who fears love, the rejected one, the lonely one, the independent one, the fifth wheel, or third wheel when you're always hanging out with couples and you're the single one, this kind of thing. So that's you want to identify that. So just to give a couple more examples so you really understand how to identify the step one, what to do with step one. Okay, typical other thing is dissatisfying career. You're doing a job to make the money. Maybe you even make a lot of money. Maybe it's that golden handcuffs thing, and you really want to break free, but you'll lose your insurance, you will lose your pay. It's scary to think about going off on your own or whatever the circumstances are. So then you have to dial that in. Okay, so what is the quality here? It could be the dependent one, the career slave, the work slave, the fearful one because maybe you're afraid to go off on your own. So this is going to be up to you to discern. So you've got to do some work here. It's not a passive process. You've got to do the work to identify what is the quality that this is about. Now, you may come up with more than one quality, and in fact, likely you will. And so the thing about the energy mantra is it operates a lot like an onion. You peel one layer and then and sometimes cry, and then another, like that. So that's okay. Just identify the first one and don't worry about, oh, is this more significant than the other? It doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're creating the entry point to open up the subconscious mind and begin to love up in frequency those aspects of the self, those parts, right? If you're thinking about parts work, if you know about that have been, again, they may have served you at a different time, and that's what we're going to look at, but they know they're holding you back now. Okay, so let's go through this with let's use the unlovable one. That's a good one as an example. So once you've identified the one that you're going to start with, get yourself into a calm meditative state. However you want to do that. You could use some of the other tools in the series, like the EFT tapping, to relax the nervous system, or just some deep breaths, or your favorite meditation, whatever works for you. You get into that state, and then you say, now step two, I embrace the mind of the blank one. So in this case, I embrace the mind of the unlovable one. Okay, that's step two. Second is now the next statement. She or he has nothing to do with who I am, but she has served me well. So let's go through those first three steps again. Now, step one, identify what the part is you're going to work with. Step two, I embrace the mind of the part one. So I embrace the mind of the unlovable one. Part three, she has nothing to do with who I am, but she has served me well. Okay. That's the setup. That's the frame up to get you going. Now comes the deep work. Number four, she has, or he has, and then you begin to really dive deep into the way this aspect of this part of the self did the best it could with the tools it had to try and help you. So let me give you some examples for the unlovable one, and I think this will demonstrate for you how this works. She has protected me from getting hurt again. She has protected me from making poor choices with relationships. She has helped me to grow self-confidence and to learn how to do things on my own. She has allowed me to explore things that I would not have explored if I was in a relationship with someone else. She has showed me the kind of relationships that I don't want anymore. She has let me discover patterns in love relationships that I needed to heal and clear. And if you really take time with this and you really go into a meditative state, you will find layers of these, this, how this mindset, this part has served you. So let her rip, riff on it for a while until you really feel more of a stillness where you've honored this part. A lot of times and if you know anything about shadow work or parts work, you know that when we're very little, if we are unresourced and have a traumatic or stressful situation or circumstances, we will create stories to protect ourselves and create behaviors to protect ourselves that when we're little may work for us. They may be self-soothing. They may keep us invisible. That could be an unlovable one. She has kept me invisible because I didn't feel safe when I was little. And I needed to hide. You see, so they serve us. And when we acknowledge the service that aspect or that part provided, it makes it a lot easier to release it with grace and ease, to love it up in frequency. And so that it's not operating us from the shadows. It's not the default setting anymore once we bring it to the light, witness it, and recognize that it's no longer something we need. Okay? So again, from the beginning, you identify the part. I embrace the mind of in this case, the unlovable one. She has nothing to do with who I am, but she has served me well. She has. And then let her rip. Just go, in a deep self-compassion and love and recognition. Speak aloud all the ways that you see that she served you, even if it's like you look at it now and you go, that really wasn't a service, but at the time it felt like it. Bring it out. Bring it to the light. Recognize and identify it. Then, when you feel complete with that part, then we go to, what is it now? Part 5, I think. I send her back to source. That's part 5. Number 6, part 6. And release her from everywhere she is stored within me. And when we say that, you see, so we say send her back to source, which means there's already the direction where this is going to go. To the light, to love, to eternity, to be dissolved and transmuted into higher frequency support energies. Okay, so we give it the direction, then we say we release it from everywhere it's stored within us, everywhere, which means your energy bodies, your memory field, your subconscious mind, all of it, all the layers, other incarnations, family line, wherever it's stored within your field, you send it back. And then you complete by saying, I am free to live. Thank you. Or you could say thank you to that part, and I am free to live. So that's the energy mantra. I hope this serves you. May this be of great benefit to you. And please, by all means, if you give this a go, and let me know, share in the comments below how it went. Feel free. You don't have to give details unless you want to. You can just simply say, I tried it on an aspect of myself that's really I've been struggling with, and it worked, it didn't work, it brought up new layers, so I ended up doing 3 different energy mantras, or I see something that I didn't see in myself before. All of that stuff is helpful when you share those comments and you let others know how your process went. It does a couple things. One is it helps others. It encourages them to give it a go. Or if it didn't work, it navigates me so that I could tune in more deeply. But I can tell you for sure that I've taught many friends and mentees this over the years and really seen good results. This is a gentle, loving way for you to do quote unquote shadow work and really liberate yourself from aspects, parts of self, parts of the subconscious that simply are no longer in service in the way they once were. Okay, so thank you for joining me for that. I'm just going to tune in here. I'm not sure if there's any message, but let's just see if there's a channeled transmission or guidance or insights further to this conversation. The mothers come right away. They're right here. We want to give you a message of self-love and self-compassion. This is extremely important for you at this time, to have mercy and compassion for yourself. Kwan Yin steps forward, she of the East, who holds the ray, we could say, the soft Divine Mother ray of deep compassion and mercy. Deep compassion and mercy. It is essential for you to find within yourself the capacity to have compassion and mercy for your human experience. Reminding you now that this is no, we could say, easy gig, to use words in this one's vocabulary. To walk the human journey at any time can be a difficult one, for it is an experience of separation from the oneness that the masters remember and become part of, the light ray of that which you would call God. So when you are journeying in the realms of separation, and particularly in the realm you find yourself, which we could describe as a lower level of what you often call 3D or deep state of separation, this is a challenging journey, and simultaneously, many blessings are available to you when you become self-aware enough to choose again and again to come into harmony with divine love, divine mercy, divine compassion, divine neutrality, these high frequency qualities that bring you closer to source. And so on your evolutionary journey as a soul, on your incarnational journey as a soul, and during this ascension cycle, those of you who would resonate with a message such as this, you are doing great work. And while it may feel at times as if you are perhaps taking one step forward and two steps back, we would like to assure you from this realm, what we witness from the energetic light field is that many of you are doing great work of healing deep knots of patterning that may have existed in other incarnations or do simultaneously exist in other incarnations in your oversoul or monad, that are deeply ingrained in your family lines, in your cultural heritage, your religious heritages, this sort of thing. So we want to encourage you and remind you that even in those moments when you feel as if you're getting nowhere fast, you are actually transmuting and transforming a great deal of energy. So be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be merciful with yourself and with all your sisters and brothers. For each is experiencing quite an extraordinary experience, which can feel like intensity and difficulty at times. As the saying goes, you never know what's going on with someone else until you've walked a mile in their shoes. So we encourage you, walk within your shoes with compassion and mercy. Know for certain that despite how it feels, you are making great progress. And the more you can come into loving alignment, patience, mercy, and compassion for your own journey, the more, we could say, power you accrue to be a loving light in this world and to find the path of peace for your own earth walk. We thank you for receiving this transmission, and we would like you to know that you can call upon the great mother goddesses of love, compassion, mercy, and well-being anytime. You can call upon me, Kwan Yin, when you need that comforting, pearlescent light of self-care. We are here for you. We are your guides and masters, the ascended ones, from what you would say a different realm, but many of us have walked in your realm in other experiences, in other, you could say, timelines. So call upon us. We are here. We invite you to remember that you are the love you wish to see in the world. And when you learn and grow and remember into the self-love and self-care, you will be astounded at how beautifully your life will unfold. Thank you. We will return again at another time. May that serve you well. Thank you very much for joining me for this. Many blessings, and we'll see you tomorrow.